By the way, how do you guys like my middle split bang section here? This is my natural split when I wake up in the morning. I'm like, it's actually looking not that bad. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Alison and welcome. If you guys are interested with fashion, beauty, lifestyle, foundation review, hauls video, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below and also click that ring bell button so you'll be the first one who get a notification whenever I upload a new video on my channel. So for today's video, we're testing this new foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Dewy. It has been a while that I haven't do a foundation review, and this is the first foundation review I'm doing in 2020, and it's a drugstore foundation. So if you guys are interested how this work out on my semi-oily skin type during the winter time, then let's keep on watching. Okay, so now let's get into the details of this foundation. So I personally got this on the Target website and it retails for $2.79, which is a lot cheaper compared to the Ulta Beauty website and also the Wet n Wild Beauty website. They all retails for $6.49. So going into the Wet n Wild website, on the description, this foundation, it does come in 20 shade range, which is not bad but not as good at the shade range. But when it comes to drugstore foundation, it usually comes in about this 20 to 30 shade range. And this is the newest innovative to COF favorite photo focus franchise, Dewy Foundation. A weightless, super nourishing foundation that delivers natural, all-day wear, silky and creamy coverage, is easily buildable from medium to full coverage. And it easily transitions from day to night wear. Ideal for normal to dry skin types, this moisturizing formula blends seamlessly, blurs imperfections, and helps minimize the appearance of pores for a perfectly smooth dewy finish. Again, it's available in 20 shades. It's cruelty-free, gluten-free, talc-free, and vegan shades. It is an ultra lightwear moisturizing formula, delivers beautiful coverage and a long-lasting hydrating glow. So that is all the claim on this foundation, and I know it claims to be more of a normal to dry skin, but I do have normal skin type during the winter time, slightly oily on my T-zone area. So if you guys are interested how this work out on my skin, then let's keep on watching. Okay, to prep the skin, I already have my skincare and my sunscreen underneath, and then I'm gonna go in with my Becker under eye brightener. This is what I use to cancel out my dark circle before using my foundation and concealer. I use this in my every single foundation review or whenever I put on my makeup. And usually before the foundation, I like to apply my concealer so that I can let it sit for a minute or two to have it marinate and get that full coverage on my under eye concealer. So this is what I usually do with my under eye. And then move on to the foundation. Today we are testing this new foundation. This is the shade in Soft Ivory, which is a lot more warm tone to compared to Nude Ivory. So if you guys are more neutral tone, please go with the Nude Ivory. If you guys are more of a warm tone, then go with the Soft Ivory. And also this two shade, it claims to be a light shade. If you guys have similar skin tone as I do, you guys can check it out. But now I'm gonna just give you a quick swatch on the difference of the two. So this is Soft Ivory, which is more of a warm tone. And on this side, I'm gonna put on the neutral tone, which is Nude Ivory. And right here, you guys can see the difference. This is more of a pinky tone. I'm gonna blend it out. And this side is more of a warm tone. So definitely with my skin tone, you guys can see it matches with my neck color. So warm is a lot closer to my neck color, and ivory, you guys can tell when it dries down, it's more of a neutral towards to pink undertone. So the packaging of this new dewy finish version of Photo Focus foundation, it does come in the same packaging as the previous version, and they do come with a spatula and black cap, so they are just the same. So if you guys have two of them when you are using it, please be aware on the writing, it says dewy on the bottle. So now I'm gonna apply one side of my face and apply it with my e.l.f. beauty sponge. To be honest, when it's applied on, it's a little lighter than my skin tone, but once it dries down, I'm telling you, it will look more natural. So this half side of my face with the foundation on, you guys can see is very natural finish, but with the light reflecting to my face, it's a lot more dewy. You guys can see the light reflecting on my face, but in real person, it's not as dewy as what you guys are seeing in the screen. But you guys can definitely see my blemishes is still on, and it's very, I would say, light coverage, and it does give you a very natural finish. So this is what it looks like on this side of the face compared to my natural skin. So again, the coverage that it gives is more of a natural and dewy finish and light coverage. So now I'm gonna go in with this side of the face. So here, as you guys can see, the foundation is on, and again, it's a very light coverage finish, like dewy natural finish. So this is what it looks like for now, and I would say it blends easily. I don't have any issue blending in. It's so easy to blend, and it's just that the coverage that it gives me is not enough. And honestly, I feel like using a spatula, it just gives me a lot foundation onto the face instead of using my finger. So I feel like I already applied a generous amount of foundation on this side to try to cover up this area. But then I'm gonna go in a second layer specifically on this side of my face where I have more blemishes and more dark spot. So I'm gonna see and test it out if this would cover up the mark. So it's definitely very easy to build. It's buildable on the foundation. As you guys can see, the coverage is on. It's very buildable on this foundation. You guys don't see any thickness, and it looks nice after a second layer on this side of the face, but definitely I can feel just slightly heavier on the face. But this is more like a dewy foundation. Keep in mind that it's more of a natural finish. So this is what the skin looks like right now. So now I'm gonna finish up the rest of the makeup and also setting my face with the loose setting powder, and I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm back for the midday check-in, and now the time is 5:12. So I've been wearing this foundation for about 3 hours and 30 minutes, and this is what it looks like. So usually with the 3 hours mark, you guys can already tell how my foundation mixed with the natural oil. And with this foundation, I already wear this foundation for 2 times before doing the foundation review, and I already kind of know like how this foundation it works on my skin. And with the 3 hours mark, it's very normal that my natural oil come through with this foundation. I did wear this foundation a couple days ago when I'm at work, and I do have to blot my face about that 4 hours mark. So same thing happened today. I do get a little oily, and if I'm close you guys into the chin area, you guys can see it's looking a little more cakey on the chin area. And again, if I'm wearing this foundation to work, I don't pack this foundation for about 2 layers. I would just do a very light layer. So this usually doesn't happen. And again, also I have acne prone skin, and I'm currently breaking out on my chin area. So every day and nighttime, I am using a salicylic acid to treat my acne. So that's why it has been a little dry on the chin area. But again, if you don't apply much foundation on this area for daily makeup look, then I think you should be fine. And keep in mind, this foundation is designed more for normal to dry skin, and I do have semi like oily skin. I do get very oily in the summertime, but wintertime I am slightly oily. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna blot my face just as usual. When I'm wearing this foundation, I do have to blot with paper towel, but today I'm using my Tidy Beauty small sponge to blot this oil. Actually, it's my first time using this little small sponge. And on my nose area, you guys can see pretty shiny. That's probably just the highlighter. But I do have a little foundation off on the tip of my nose because of how oily my nose was. You guys can see my chin area is a little drier, and you guys can see the texture on. But that's very normal with my dry chin area. So I already blot my face, and I'm gonna come back in within 2 to 3 hours more and see what's my final thought and how this work on my oily skin. Alright guys, now the time is 9:21, so I've been wearing this foundation for about almost 8 hours, and this is the final look here. As you guys can see, my face is pretty dewy, and I do have to blow my face within the 3 hours mark because it does get very oily. And right now you guys can see it is reflecting the screen that my face is producing a lot of oil. The oil that it comes out, it feels like I'm wearing a foundation during a summertime, like a very hot summertime. So I feel like this foundation, it doesn't work on me personally on my oily skin because it does go very oily, and if you have dry skin, I feel like it does cling to your pores because this area of my face, I did use salicylic acid during day and night time, so it does get a little bit dry, and I can see that the foundation it's off. And definitely on the tip of my nose, the foundation is already wearing off because that's where I get the most oily on the face. So I don't think this foundation it works for me, and I feel like this foundation is a little too oily for my oily skin. I'm thinking to mix the original formula with the new formula and see how it works on my skin. I'll give you guys an update down below in the description bar, but right now I can see this foundation, it doesn't work on my oily skin, and I don't think I will be using it again by itself. But I will try mixing it with the original formula that it first came up with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Finish Matte Foundation, and mixing it with the Dewy foundation and see if these two formula will mix it well together and give me that foundation that I can wear during the winter time, because I would say that one in the original formula, it does get me a little bit drier and more matte finish. So that's it. That's all my review and how it wears on my oily skin. And I hope you guys enjoy watching this video, and I hope this video does help you guys out there who has oily skin to see if you want to try this foundation on yourself. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!